Welcome everyone to the next NXT review. I promised you guys I'd get to tonight's as well. I will not miss a Wednesday night. May take till after midnight to upload, but that's just because the internet is slow. But this is your NXT review for February 24th, 2016. I'm Zach from the Yo-Bro Gaming and Review. I keep... First off, NXT tonight. Let me reach this. A lot of hooting tonight. NXT tonight was good. From the opening match to finish. Pretty much, yeah, we're pretty good. I didn't get to see as much of Bayley tonight as I'd like to. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into this review. Right off the bat, American Alpha, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan against Blake and Murphy with Alexa Bliss. Hey, I'm going to say this. I am loving those outfits. That might sound a little Tinkerbellish, but I'm a big, huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan, so seeing them in that red and green outfit is cool. Very highly contested match. Both teams had their offense there for a long while. Gable and Jordan were in charge of this match, with Gable just doing it like nobody's business. They had, to control most of the match. Finally, Blake and Murphy took control, kept Gable out of the ring, kept him in his corner, or their corner of the ring. I'm sorry. My throat's dry. Excuse me. But, Blake and Murphy, they showed resilience. They showed good teamwork, got back into it, kept him on their side of the ring. But finally, he got the hot tag to Jordan. Ended up coming in. He cleared house. They did this pop-up reverse neck breaker. I've seen them do it a number of times. If they've got a name for it, I'm not sure what it is. So the American Alpha, they get the win. Now, this team has been on a roll for a long time, and with waiting for Enzo and Cass to come to the main roster, they showed a little clip of them dealing with Dash and Dawson tonight. So I don't know if they're going to have another match, but from what I know, Gable and Jordan are supposed to be going for the titles at TakeOver Dallas. So I'm assuming Enzo and Cass are going to leave, but I look forward to them taking on Dash and Dawson. I think it'll be a great match. It's not officially been announced on the tapings, but, that's basically what it looks like is going to happen. So we'll see how that goes. And then they show highlights of last week's match. That number one contenders match was pretty freaking good. Then they showed Regal backstage, where he announced in 2 weeks that Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe will compete in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The winner will be the number one contender at some point. Of course, they didn't announce that, but we know that's going to be TakeOver Dallas. These two, like I said in my last review, I will watch these two wrestle again and again and again. And now we get them in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Now, I would like just to get the number one contender and get it done and out of the way. But if you're going to give me more Samoa Joe and more Sami Zayn together, I'll take it. I will take it all day. Kool-Aid. So, we get Apollo Crews to take on Christopher Gerard. I've never seen Christopher Gerard before. I know he's pretty good in the indies. But tonight, this dude, he showed a very good showing against Apollo Crews. It was a back and forth match. Apollo Crews, he showed he's tough. This dude showed he's just as tough as Apollo Crews. Gerard was in control for a lot of the match, but Apollo Crews, he showed what he was. Showed that he's one of the top elite guys on NXT. He fought back and he ended up winning the match. So my hat's off to Apollo Crews. And For a guy I've never seen before, and I believe this is his NXT debut, hats off to him. He was double tough tonight, and he showed he belongs to be on NXT. Hopefully we get to see more of him in the future. So then, highlights of the Bayley Carmella match from a few weeks ago for the NXT Women's title, and the attack from Eva Marie and Nia Jax. They're beating us like a dead horse. If I have one complaint, Eva Marie, I don't want to see her. And I just don't. I don't want to see Eva Marie. I don't think she's a good wrestler. Nia Jax is starting to look suspect. I'm starting to see her just a few moves that she knows. I'm really starting to dislike her too. But they ended up interviewing Bayley and Carmella. Bayley, I like Bayley. She's a great wrestler. I still insist she needs to work on her talking. And this whole besties thing that they keep doing where they're so uber happy together. Just, I don't want that anymore. I want Bayley to be like, I beat you, blah, blah, blah. But I want a little more grit out of Bayley. I know that's not her character, but a little grit would be great. Carmella, you kind of see that. But, and then they talked about, they're going to get their payback from the attack last week, and then Bayley had to address Asuka, and she knows Asuka is coming for the title. So then we get to see Enzo getting attacked outside the Performance Center by Dash and Dawson. These dudes were like, as soon as he got off his bike, they just jumped him. Then you see Big Cass, who just happened to be at the Performance Center, come out and help him. So that leads me to wonder, is this going to lead to a match later on? I don't see it happening at Dallas. Possibly before. There's still 4 or 5 weeks somewhere in there. So we'll see. Look, I know I sound a little low tonight. I'm not, look, it's been a really long day. This is my last video of the day. I still have 2 videos to upload and edit. So I'm just a little tired. I promise next week I'll be a little more peppy. I'm just playing catch up this week. But believe me, I am not down because of NXT. NXT was great tonight. Then we saw one of my favorite guys on NXT, Tommaso Ciampa, taking on Bull Dempsey. That dude, Bull Dempsey, is funny shit. He's coming out with the extra tight shirt and wearing the robe, doing the exercise. As a bigger guy who does sometimes like to wear tight shirts, freaking, you're my hero, Bull. I think, though, if I heard correctly, I think Bull Dempsey got released. So I know these are tapings, but that kind of sucks. I think he was really starting to catch on. But, yeah, Bull Dempsey's a funny dude. Dempsey was clowning around a little bit. Ciampa, man, he just doesn't play. Just straight up kicked him. And Ciampa, they had a nice little match back and forth. Didn't take too long. They were, like I said, they were back and forth. Freaking Ciampa was hitting him hard. He was vicious. Bull, he showed that he's a powerful guy. Decent match overall. But Ciampa with this wicked arm breaker, doesn't have a name for it. Put Bull in it from, it looked crazy. If you have the network, go back, watch that match. Watch that arm breaker. Whew, son of a bitch looks like it hurts. So you see Samoa Joe backstage there. Oh, what do you think of the match? He says he's not surprised. He's been, since day one, since he walked in, he's seen nothing but BS. And that he's the reason NXT is hot, and it got hot when he showed up. And that in the 2 out of 3 falls match, he's going to get to have more fun and get to play out around more and beat up on Sammy more. Was basically what he was saying. Then we get the interview with Sami Zayn about the match, and he said he's been ready. He was on the shelf for all this time, so he's had nothing to do but be ready. And he knows what to do. He's done 2 out of 3 falls, so he's focused on being the first ever 2-time 2-time champion. Then we get the part of the show that I did not love. Nia Jax and Eva Marie facing Bayley and Carmella. I like Carmella. I think she's got style. I like her attitude. I like her character. I like Bayley. Just a little bit more toughness. But Bayley as a wrestler is phenomenal. And I'm more than ready for her to go to the main roster, but I kind of also don't want her to go to the main roster because I'm being a little selfish. And I don't want to lose her on NXT. Let me put this back over here. But with that being said, this match was a little lopsided, a little more than maybe the commentators gave it credit for, at least in my opinion. Nia, despite the fact that I don't think she's the greatest wrestler, is a very powerful woman. With what she does do, she's great at it. The power that she has, the way she can just toss you around. She was dominant. This was Eva Marie and Nia dominating. They got a little mix up with Bayley in this match, but Bayley's hair didn't even get messed up. But Carmella showed that she's got a little bit of fight in her. But multiple leg drops by Nia Jax, Eva Marie getting the tag. They got the win. Like I said, it was kind of lopsided. I was kind of trying to do a few other things during this match, I won't lie, but I was watching, and yeah. So, I thought the show was over, but then Regal was backstage with breaking news, where he told Finn Balor that there's been a lot of talk about the NXT title and about Finn, and that he wants to bring the guy who's still the longest reigning NXT champion. Thank you, God. Neville will be on NXT next week. Oh my fucking God. There's going to be a good match. Neville and Finn Balor. Neville's going to finally get to shine and be the Neville we saw in NXT, not the Neville that he's been reduced to, this comic book character. Finally going to get to see Neville in a great match with a great guy in Finn Balor. So, get to see Finn next week. Non-title, but that's going to be your main event next week, and I'm ready. And also next week, on top of the 2 out of 3 Falls match, we're also getting the signing of a new talent. Now, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, it was already announced that Austin Aries was at an event doing his contract signing. So I'm pretty sure this is it. If you didn't hear that, I'm sorry, that was a spoiler. My bad. But it's pre-taped. Come on. I mean, I already knew this. So, but you know, that just means you can look forward to Austin Aries next week and know dude's coming. It's not a bad spoiler. It's a good spoiler. Austin Aries will be in NXT. But maybe they'll throw a curveball. Maybe it'll end up being freaking the dudes from New Japan. Maybe it's gonna be those guys. So, who knows? So, this was your NXT review. I'm Zach. Thank you all for watching this video. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you want more, subscribe to our channel. If you look up here, you're going to see the little information bars. That's the other NXT videos, as well as my Raw review, my Fastlane review. You can go back, you watch those, hit the like buttons on those as well. Everything helps with the channel. So, thank you all for watching. All our information is down in the description. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow in another video. Peace out.
So, note starts off out of notebook. I've got a notebook over there. It's super. This match is super big back and forth between the two of them. I'm going to do this review. I will not barring really hard injury and we'll not put out another NXT. Then I was them back in Raw on Monday. Some good injury. Sami Zayn ends up getting a submission win against Admiral for NXT for